Jazz Moonbase 2. Jazz Moonbase 2. Wait a minute. Is this cardboard? Studio Series 8601 Jazz. That's who we got here today. Yeah, it's McToyReviewer69 here with another video review. Alright. Yes, I wish it too. I really wish he had the boom boxes you could plug on his shoulder, plug on his back. I'm waiting for some third-party company to do that. I'd buy that some upgrade kit. I don't know, maybe another weapons pack. Or maybe we'll get it as a Generation Select with the, I don't know, what's it called, repaint, where he's black and gold with the flames. You know what I'm talking about. I'd buy that, because this figure is honestly that good. I'd consider it. It'd be different if he actually comes with the boom boxes. I want boom boxes. I want to give him boom box pose for that. For, the opening to it, but, nah. Sadly, no. Anyway, alright, this figure. Oh my gosh. He's awesome. He is awesome. Straight off the bat, I recommend getting it. Just get yourself one. You don't need to watch this review. He already looks good. This is the figure I second most was waiting for. The first one, of course, Hot Rod, which I don't have yet. Still waiting to get my hands on that. But right now, I got Chaz. I bought him for his retail price. He's going up like $2 in price. Maybe more since I last seen. But yeah, I get him at a good price. I pre-ordered him off Amazon. And got him, actually, for me, it was yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. I'm recording. Since for me recording, this course going up like maybe a month after I actually filmed this. And he is just as good as he looked. Oh yeah, he's good. My one complaint, I do have other complaints. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, even though, oh my god, this is like the perfect Jazz toy. 100% will be replacing my Power of the Friends one. But the biggest actual complaint I have, which actually a huge complaint, I don't know why they did this. See his face? Again, has a kind of grouchy face. The typical, that is, try to get to focus. Like the typical kind of face that you'd get on a bot, on a transformer. Yeah, see, it's Jazz. He's supposed to be happy. He's supposed to have a big old smirk, which would be more accurate to the movie. I feel that I agree with a lot of people that he would have probably went a lot better with Kingdom and switch places with West Clonus. But probably weird to have two Voyagers in one wave, or maybe from a later wave of 86. Since he's more of just a regular G1 character. But if they did, then he would have holes right here in those little circles, which I think are best like this. Would have been pegs. I wouldn't mind having the pegs, but still, he actually only has one peg other than his hands for here on the back. And same for robot mode. He only has, or vehicle mode. It's only that. And yeah, this is perfectly envisions the Florida design, especially when we get to robot mode or vehicle mode. I meant to say. And I kind of love him. I can't wait to start animating with him. I'm doing the video first. This video before that. So okay, let's get into detail before I run out of time here. You can see, yeah, it's definitely the Jazz. Jazz chest, headlights, Jazz face. Yeah, that works real well. Here's a classic Jazz backpack, which is just this front room chilled. The doors and this go into here, which makes it look kind of messy. Not too bad. That's like a real complaint. I mean, like instead some either this or these go into here. Little all caps. You see the wheels turn around and go in there, so they're right there sticking out, but it's all good. His arms go out that much, and then can go up a little bit more to this, so you kind of can shift it up and down using that transformation joint. He has the full swivel right here. It's kind of like Earth Prime with how that turns. Chris not going to have it in there, which is going to be like super weird, so I don't have it like that. There's a bicycle swivel single joint elbow that goes luckily to 90. No wrist swivels. I freaking hate. They could have done it. They didn't need it like this. I forget when Hasbro does that. Yes, full waist swivel. Head down the ball joint. His hinge up only goes up that far because how they didn't do them the new kind of waist where it's like this is part of the leg, which I prefer it like this. It's a lot better, but design does hinder it a little bit. It's not too bad. These tabs right here for transformation keep coming apart on me. That's probably just mine, but it's a gripe I have about it. He has knees that go a little bit under 90, but because how it transforms, he has a little bit of a second joint right under it. So using both of them, you can get like that, and it does still look pretty natural. So it's pretty cool. And he has ankle tilt, which I've fallen in love with ankle tilts. I'm like an ankle tilts. I'm ankle tilt man. I'm a heel tilt man now. So here's a gun he comes with. And yeah, it's the G1 gun. I mean, as far as I remember. This one came with Power of the Primes, Jazz. Which, I still like it. You can see definitely the inspiration we're going for. Just like, it looks like a different model of this one, honestly. Both of them, both. And here's it with the Prowls, Commander Woods Prowls shotgun. I will fucking love this in black. I want to get my holds on that black one that came with a smoke screen. Looks well with him because he's white. And now for comparisons. And yeah, he scales perfectly your prime. Maybe even better if he's a little taller, but he scales perfectly. You see, he's definitely, a small bot. I don't actually have any deluxes to show him off with right now, because like I said, I'm still up here in the mountains. And here's the average 6 scale figure with the next Marvel Lunch Stanley. I would have compared him with the Power Primes, Jazz. This video would have been about comparing them like they did with my Commander Wars Mirage and or Cybertron Mirage, Season Mirage. But that guy's then packed away right now. So all I got is just what I showed off. And Jazz by himself. Now for transformation, and alright, this hasn't happened in a while, but I was transforming in a car, and I was honestly stumped. I wasn't really sure where to go with transformation, because it was a classic tropes of transformation. Like, of course, this is how it goes. You can just, by looking at it, you're like, oh, okay, that's how it does. But then it hit me with something, I'm like, whoa, what do I do from here? I'm not sure. It's not right, because I wasn't sure where to put the arms. Because I apparently forgot what I was doing since after the videos, the first reviews of this I watched. Apparently I forgot about those. Because this transformation technique is actually kind of awesome. I'm trying to tap together the legs here. Not wanting to. There we go. What you do here, so that the arms actually have room, is you turn his stomach around. Just stomach, nothing else. He's on its own swivel. Like there's a little bit of a gap there on the mesh joint for this thing to move around on its own. Which is freaking genius. And I didn't see it coming. Like, first time ever, I was actually having to sit there and figure out how this thing transformed. And then I realized, oh, that's how. That's one of the things I love about Transformers. The puzzle aspect of having transformed them. It's so much fun to fiddle with them, transform them. A little bit of clearance issue right there. I mean, you get that puzzle aspect of it. It's so awesome. So awesome. I love Transformers, honestly. I do. And I eventually got to it. Although it really only lasts the one time. You figure it out and then now you know how to do it. It ends up being its own process. See, it comes up very well. Because like most of him is just the car parts. There's a classic Jazz hood right there. And honestly, it looks just like a car. Like the car it's supposed to be. Except, Florida. So it looks just like the show. Or rather, just how it looked in the movie. Did he transform in the movie? I don't actually remember. Oh, except for 14. It was 4. They couldn't. If I really wanted to, I could always paint over. But I know I've seen a lot of Jazz where it's been 14, so, I'm fine with it being 14. I'm good with that. He looks like the race car. He looks like the racer he's supposed to be. Man, I would love a speed racer Transformer. Gonna get on that and crossover. Yes, bro. You got the big ol' spoiler that becomes his feet. And his feet are just sitting right back there, so you can just do that with him if you really want to. He has the port up there. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it besides just it looks exactly like it. It's like the perfect Jazz toy. It's just so Jazz, right? The chunk looks a little bit fat, but I get used to it. Right here, it pegs. The thing pegs onto the wheel pegs into it, but here the thing pegs into the wheel, so you get that peg piece right there. Never liked it, but it doesn't stick out too much. It's not that bad, so you know, I can live with it. See the gut just right in there into the window. Honestly, I like the translucent blue. It doesn't really show off anything, and all the white and silver in there just kind of blends it, so it looks fine. It doesn't look bad or anything. The hinge right there, double hinge. And I'm seriously hoping this becomes a standard with all their figures going forward. He's Studio Series, but his gun is blue metal. I think it's with all the Studio Series 86. I hope that becomes a standard for all Transformers toys, just like the angle tilt. Still waiting for the wrist swivel to become standard, because why is it not? Anyway, yeah. Let's get back in robot mode quick. Can't really hold it like all shotgun pose. I'm like, just a camera. Yeah. So really, I've said everything I wanted to say about him. He's just, despite all the negatives about him, the positives really shine through and perfect that. Like a new head sculpt, which is with a smiling face and boomboxes. That's the upgrade kit I'd want. Like whomever just wants to do that. That'd be awesome. He'd basically be perfect. Like every other complaint, we'd minuscule in comparison. Jazz is one of those characters that I just love. It's like one of my favorite Transformer characters, mostly because of the A6 movie. Other my favorite characters because of the Michael Bay movies. But I grew up watching the 86 movie, and even though Jazz is hardly in it, I really remember Jazz from it, just because, you know, Jazz, I'm on base too! I love Jazz. This is the perfect figure for Jazz. They really done him justice with this figure. I can't wait for the Hot Rod. Hasbro's really stepping up their game. I'm just thrilled. I am thrilled, honestly. I don't got much more to say. Honestly, get yourself this figure. He is awesome. He's great. He needs to be in your collection. Alright. McToyReviewer69 out. Peace. Wow, you want a piece of me? No. I want two! Sorry, we were too late to save him.